haven't we gotten enough wars already? But let's not preach. Let's have fun. Hey, this is one I like, and I picked this one for a reason. And I might pick another show from this particular year that I'm about to play. There's no date on it except 1 year, the year itself that the recording was made, and that was 1968, which is the year of my birth, actually. In fact, it'll be birthday number 46, Monday. So, to have something from that time, from the year I was born, 1968, kind of an interesting show called The Attack of the Locusts. I've played it before, but like I said, I'll find another couple of 1968 shows. And usually I present mystery theater, detective type shows on Mondays and call it Monday Mystery Theater. But it's the birthday, so we'll pick something from the year of my birth for that particular Monday. Or I'll do 2 broadcasts. Who knows? I've done it before. On snow days, usually I've done 2 broadcasts. Because there's nothing else to do. Okay. 1968. 46 years ago. Attack of the Locusts. Here we go. And I'm not sure I'll play after this. I might do one more show. I might pick something from the actual old radio era. I'll say 1930s, 40s, 50s. Somewhere around there for the last possible thing. Again, your alternative to the Right Perspectives neocon craziness. Here we go. It's the old radio perspective. Here we go. Wait a second. Crap. What's going on here? That's better.
My fellow sufferers, do you notice the evil look in my eye tonight? That's because I got my pipe stuffed with old rubber bands. Oh, we're all products of our environment. There's no question about it. See, environment not only is your mommy and your daddy, your environment are those howling winds that go whistling around the eaves, the great lightning bolts that come lashing out of the poplar trees. And so we can't help it. Just like the turtle is a product of his environment, so mankind is the product of the great inverted bowl of the cosmos that he inhabits, sort of. So, hang loose, friend. Uncle Wiggley's here, and, how about little quoits, huh? Little quoits there? Sorry, Bob. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I wish I could be serious. You know, I remember one time reading a quotation about a man named Scaramouche, and it said he was born with the gift of laughter and the sense that the world was created mad. That, friends, is not Walter Cronkite. He's talking about. A lot of people think the world is real serious business. Well, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Bring it up, Big Corny. That's it. 1968 marches on into the great unknown. And tonight, I got a real scary one here tonight. And I just want to warn you, if you're nervous type, if you've got a pancreas that sweats, I would like to warn you, look out, because tonight is going to be a scary one. We just have received a note here from Moscow by way of Reuters, and there is no more serious news service than Reuters. Reuters, Moscow, thousands of fearless and hungry hares were reported on the march today in far eastern Siberia. You see, things are happening out there in the darkness, friends. TASS, the Soviet press agency, quoted a report from the area saying the hares trooped through the streets of settlements in the Kamchatka Peninsula, quote, showing utter disregard for the frenzied barking of dogs. Millions of rabbits on the march. When they reached the coast of the Sea of Okhotsk, the hares ravenously attacked sea kale, a kind of plant in the cabbage family, washed ashore by the tide, Toss said. And then, and we quote again, they marched back to the tundra in the same organized manner. Yes. Reminds you a little of Lewis Carroll, doesn't it? Can you imagine yourself sitting there quietly watching Gunkley and Kinkly and Blunkley, 7 o'clock in the evening? You figure that the whole world is organized, that it's under control, and CBS has got it all on film with an accompaniment of mood music. When suddenly you hear out in the darkness the scuffling of thousands of feet marching to an unheard drummer. Thousands, millions, marching in quick time. And you rush to the window to look out, thinking perhaps that it's a parade having a preview or maybe a rehearsal. And you see millions upon millions of rabbits marching through the streets of Darien on their way to Corvettes. We're gonna... I mean, really. You know, the trouble is, you say, well, it's in the Kamchatka Peninsula, so it doesn't mean anything to you. But this is happening at this minute, right now. Millions of rabbits are on the march. Well, now, most of us living here in what passes for civilization, I mean, we got streetcars, we got, in Philadelphia, we got subways in New York, we got cab drivers, and certainly I've, from time to time, ridden with a civilized cab driver. It ain't often, but we've got civilization here. The flags smartly crack on those flags around this skating rink at Radio City. The flags of all nations, and all seems to be so. Atlas stands there with that great big load of dripping hamburger on his back. And everything seems to be under control. Every morning, Hugh Downs smiles out at millions of sufferers. Every night, David Clunkley grins out with his little wry smile and lets you know that everything's moving along apace. And all the while, mysterious events are under surveillance by those of us who survey mysterious events. In fact, I'll never forget the time. Now, I'm going to tell you a scary story about the march of animals. Now, I'm fully convinced that man is not necessarily the greatest creation walking the face of the earth. Although man is fully convinced of this, and I might point out that by morning, since I have implied that perhaps man is not made in the form of God or God in the form of man, that by morning I will be knee-deep in tracts, showing me conclusively that man is the greatest creation on the face of the globe, written by the way the tract will be written by another man. and therein lies the rub. I'm a kid one time, and I go to the movies. And you've all gone to the movies from time to time and sat in there. Now, when you get older, you know a movie's a movie. Well, you don't think of it as real life, just a movie. It's a, when you see Kirk Douglas battling it out in the Silver Dollar Saloon with a couple of those hard-faced men with the black hats, you don't really think that Kirk Douglas got one in the spleen and that you'll never see Kirk Douglas again. And those guys with the black hats got blasted. You know that you're going to see them in the next picture. It's all kind of the mythology of adulthood. Nobody really thinks Michael Caine is making the scene with Shirley MacLaine in the latest, greatest epic that was hailed by the reviewers of the Village Voice and the New York Times as another searing, searching indictment of man's continual search for erotic satisfaction in a world beset by fears of the atom bomb. Yes. I wonder tonight how many people get their insight into existence through the medium of 35mm film. In Eastman color. widescreen. Yo. As a matter of fact, it has been pointed out by several psychologists that man today gains so many of his experiences vicariously that eventually he'll have no experiences at all himself. And he could very well possibly be at birth sealed in a polyethylene bag with a warm fluid to keep him comforting. And he'll be fed intravenously by sterilized foods guaranteed to make him live 227 years, floating in that sealed polyethylene bag. And experiences will be piped into him. And any type of experience he chooses to dial will be piped directly into him, a la Aldous Huxley and the Feelies. And so, friends, I am here to be sensitive for all of you. Put up there, Connie, that's it. Oh, that got me right where it counts. Cha-cha, cha-cha. Oh, blow that thing, man. Blow it, I say. Listen to them horns. Oh, showbiz over alles. The mysterious sound of time dripping through the enormous hourglass of past and gone existences. Do you think cockroaches have a sense of the passing of time? Do you think giraffes know that the continent of Africa is dissolving 6.5 inches a foot every 10 years? Or did you know that Manhattan is melting, friend? Shoo, bring it up there big. Cha-chonia. And don't forget, wherever you may be, take that ballpoint pen out of your pocket and that chalk out of your watch pocket and scrawl under the clear all ad, Flick lives. And when one of your friends looks you in the eye and says, Flick, who dat? What's that about? You just simply, with a curled lip, say, well, it's all right, Fred. Don't let it worry you. You wouldn't understand. All right, that's enough of that. Reset that. Cha-chonia, razzmatazzi. Oh, we have a commercial announcement here, and it's one that I take great pleasure in doing. One of my favorite restaurants of all time. And, man, if I had the calories that I packed away in this place, all stacked end to end, it'd sicken me. Probably you too. But some of the greatest Chinese food I've ever had in my life, I've ingested in Mandarin House down in the village and Mandarin East. My old friend Emily Kuo. And if you really would like a great food experience, and I'm seriously laying this out in front of you, starting the 30th of January, Mandarin House and Mandarin East are celebrating the Chinese New Year with a traditional 10-course New Year banquet, Mandarin style. I mean, all the way, man. This is your chance to discover the very finest treasures of the Chinese cuisine, and I can testify that I think some of the greatest Chinese food that I've ever had. It's interesting how how Chinese restaurants vary so greatly, because each Chinese restaurant is genuinely the reflection of the guy who's in the kitchen. These are true artists, and you'll find the food in Mandarin East is a little different from the food in Mandarin House, which is down on 13th Street, because they represent the attitude of the guy in the kitchen, but they're both superb. And by the way, this 10-course Mandarin New Year's feast includes winter melon soup, Peking duck, sautéed shrimp, spiced with ginger. Oh, man. This is Mandarin House. And the price for this unforgettable banquet, and it's a very limited time, is only $10 a person. Now, that goes all the way. Parties of 8 or more can enjoy this banquet anytime from January 30th through February 17th. Now, couples can order this banquet Monday through Thursday only. So it has to be prepared long in advance. This is not a short order deal. And Mandarin House in the village, that's 13th Street between 6th and 7th. Mandarin East, right in the heart of the village. Mandarin East, which is on 2nd Avenue between 57 and 58. And if you'd like to reserve one of these fantastic, what year is this on Chinese calendar? I think it's the year of the monkey? The year of the monkey, I believe.